And now, ladies and gentlemen, live around the world from the sold-out Helix Arena here in Dublin, Ireland, this is the main event of the evening. 3 rounds scheduled in the welterweight division. The 3 judges scoring this bout at cage side are Dean Weir, Ben Cartledge, and Barry Oglesby. And when the action begins inside the cage, your referee in charge, Mark Goddard. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the judges are ready and the fighters are ready. Dublin, Ireland, make some noise if you are ready! Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner. He's a mixed martial artist standing 6 feet, 1 inch tall. Weighing in officially 170 3/4 pounds. He brings a professional record that stands 15 victories, 5 defeats, and 2 no contests. Hailing from and fighting out of Gloucester, England, here is Che Beautiful Meehl! And next his opponent across the cage, fighting out of the red corner. A mixed martial artist, also standing 6 feet, 1 inch tall. He came in ready at 169 1/2 pounds and brings a professional record that stands at 12 victories, 2 defeats, and 1 draw. He is the reigning CWFC welterweight champion of the world from Dublin, Ireland, Colin the Punisher Pendred.
Kojaks, you don't understand the rules you're fighting under. I listen at all times, keep yourself protected. If I say stop, then you stop. If you want to touch gloves, do it now. Let's do this.
Mark Goddard gives out his final instructions, and I think the Helix here has just erupted.
I was warned by Graham Boylan not to turn up all the sound of my headset so I can hear exactly what's going on, because this crowd is going to erupt when the main event starts.
Che Mills in the black and yellow, taking on Cathal Pendred in the white trunks. And Cathal Pendred immediately looking for the takedown here.
Great defense by Che Mills, keeping it up. Pulling him up nice and high, get an underhook off of him.
Cathal Pendred in under Che Mills, huge pickup. Mills immediately looking to get back to his feet here.
He cut him, that one elbow he hit him with, he cut him.
Well, Che Mills has reversed the position now. Cathal Pendred climbing on a guillotine here. Che Mills puts him down gently. Can't quite see how deep the grip is, but both guys tremendously experienced. As we mentioned, this round now, or this fight rather, only 3 rounds now, not 5.
He's got his head caught, he's in it nice and deep.
Yeah, Cathal Pendred's got a grip here. Let's see if he can.
If he wasn't against the cage, he'd be able to extend further. He's actually blocking himself off because the cage is right behind him.
I mean, one thing we didn't mention in the walkout, with a crowd like this, it's pretty much a certainty that to stop Cathal Pendred, you pretty much have to put him completely out of commission. He's just going to keep going and going until there is nothing left. But he's working hard on this guillotine here. He obviously thinks there's a lot of potential. Che Mills is trying to stack his weight up, trying to drive that head deep so he can turn the neck and free the wrist. But popping out now. And Pendred immediately back to his feet. Very wide open stance he has, driving again for the takedown. All the way across the entire length of the cage. Che Mills with the whizzer.
Whizzing across wrist, he's got a hold of the far wrist too, so it makes it very difficult for Cathal to do anything.
Good frame from Che Mills. Cathal's going to have to be wary of those knees firing up.
Good position.
Che Mills has a lot of good transitions to upper body takedowns, but right now He's on the back foot as Pendred attacks his lower half. Do remember you can follow us along on Twitter here at Cage Warriors. At Cage Warriors, hashtag CWFC55. Our main event here tonight, Cathal Pendred versus Che Mills. Josh Palmer and Frank Trigg calling the action for you, cage side.
Great side choke right now. Che put his head down, got into the side choke. Cal tucked his chin underneath it so it wouldn't get completed in, but good position change.
Again, Pendred trying to force these takedowns. Changes the angle well. Possible triangle from Che Mills, though. We saw Bruno Carvalho really attack Pendred in a triangle armbar combination in their fight, but smash passing to side control for the champion. Bit too much space there at the moment, though, Frank.
So far, it's been all champion. In every position, Che's just like a half step behind everything right now.
Good chance from the crowd as we move towards the last 30 seconds of this round. Cathal Pendred tries to earn the mount. Che Mills looking to restore guard, but it is mount for the champion now. Oh, and Che Mills reverses the position.
He's got to do something with it, though.
Well, first round in the books. How did you see that one going, Frank?
Cathal Pendred, he wins that one. Because he had Che on his back most of the time, he's holding him down. It's very, very difficult to try to beat a guy from your back.
Let's have a look at some of these replays. The big takedown from Pendred, but Che Mills immediately popping back up, reversing the position, but he was stuck in this guillotine for a very long time.
Good position. Che does a lot of good little dirty boxing tricks. He's not scared to take a couple of punches to the face to get himself off the ground because he knows as he's moving, the punches aren't going to be that strong. I'm very surprised that Carl got him in full mount here and was able to throw down a couple of elbows before he moved. That surprised me a lot. I thought for sure the moment that he got in there, Che would have moved around.
There we see a very close knee. We know that Che Mills has some fantastic knees in the clinch if he can get them working. Seconds out as round two gets underway here. Perhaps a very curious spectator cage side is the figure of former UFC and Strikeforce veteran Paul Semtex Daly. He's closely watching this welterweight contest here. Pendred's always kept his hands very low and then surged forward, just as we see there. Strong rugby background for him. Often helps with driving in on those takedowns, and attempted the flying knee by Che Mills.
Got stuffed in the middle of it.
I can't quite see if Pendred's managed to connect his hands here.
It looks like he has, I think so. He's trying to make the turn though. Che's doing a good job of coming across.
And Cathal Pendred earns another takedown here.
Wow, Che throwing knees to the thighs from underneath. Trying to change his position a little bit. He's really stuck. Cathal Pendred's got a good hard pressure on him. Made it very difficult for him to be able to move from underneath there.
Pendred now moving for a front headlock series. Lovely sit out by Che Mills, who comes out firing on the feet. But Pendred again closing the distance so fast.
Grinding out his opponents, like we said in the open.
What's Che Mills got to look to do here, Frank?
He's got to get separation. Deep separation. Right now, every time he does anything, he gets a half a punch off and he gets swarmed again. He's got to get backpedaling a little bit. He's got to move angles. He's got to sidestep. He's got to pick his shot and look for a quick, short shot to finish this guy up, to hit him with to make him slow down a little bit.
He's looking for the Kimura. Pendred's got it secured all the way under the leg of Che Mills. Oh, Che Mills nearly finding the space to turn his opponent. We mentioned earlier, Frank, that this moving to a 3-round contest instead of the 5 championship rounds could favor Pendred if he can just put that pace on Mills.
He's got to keep the pace hard and heavy the whole time because he's prepped for 5 rounds, just like Che was. But Che obviously wasn't in shape to make weight, so that's why I say it favor Pendred, because he's in shape to make weight, he's in shape to recover. He'll have the better cardio throughout the whole pace. And didn't have to cut weight as long. The extra 2 hours makes a lot of extra energy taken out of your body. When Che had to make weight, he didn't make weight at 220 and had to 420 to get the weight off. He still didn't make it.
Well, Pendred's going to be throwing knees to the body here. Che Mills very cleverly keeping himself as a grounded opponent. He's going to be very careful as to when he lifts that hand and that knee off the mat. He knows that Pendred's going to be waiting to attack the head with these knee strikes.
He's got to move in here, though. Just sitting here taking this damage is not winning him the round. It's only a 3-rounder now. He lost the first. If he loses the second, fight's done. He can only then get a knockout or a submission to win.
And as we mentioned, stopping Cathal Pendred in front of this hometown crowd is going to be a tall order. Last minute of the second round here, another huge takedown for Cathal Pendred. Che Mills perhaps just lacking some explosiveness in these escapes here, Frank.
Knee mount again. He's about to get mounted. Full mount. It's almost like he's out of water. He doesn't really know what he's doing on the bottom.
We haven't seen too much Pendred ground and pound since he took on Yuri Malko in Cork's Neptune Stadium.
Che's got to move his feet. He'll stop this fight.
And Cathal Pendred is teeing off on Che Mills here. Mark Goddard looking very closely at this action. Cathal Pendred with a multitude of short shots. Che Mills looking slightly bewildered. Well, Che Mills survives the second round, but Cathal Pendred throwing a tremendous amount of volume there.
Didn't do any kind of damage, and most of it was just for show shots, trying to make Goddard stop the fight. But Che Mills was wide open. His eyes were wide open. He's looking at him. He told him, everything was fine. There's no way to stop the fight right in that position.
Some of the replays here from that second round, that lovely sit out from Che Mills. You see Pendred immediately back in on the takedowns. Another big pickup for him there. And once he got mount towards the end of the round.
I've got a 2 rounds to none for the champ.
Yeah,
so,
I can't disagree with you, Frank. I mean, I think this is very clearly Cathal Pendred's fight to lose now.
So Che Mills has got 2 choices. Do nothing, which is what got him kicked out of the UFC, or do something, throw everything to the wind, throw caution to the wind, and try and get a knockout.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. This is the 3rd and final round.
Third and final round here in our main event at Cage Warriors 55. Tremendous night of fights here at the Helix in Dublin. Not quite over yet though. We've got 5 minutes more for Che Mills to try and turn this around against our current welterweight champion, Cathal Pendred.
He's got a sidestep. Every time Che's gonna get caught by this, because Cal goes straight at him and he just goes straight back. Every single time
He got Che flinching with the threat of the shots. He didn't even need to throw them this time. Looking to reap the leg as he takes the single. Very successfully pulling the hips of Che Mills out from underneath him. Mills is going to try and get back to his feet, but as you mentioned, Frank, just a lack of offense from him before Cathal Pendred closes the distance. He's done this in quite a few of his fights before. He puts so much emphasis towards his own offense with his cardio and his work rate that it really stops the opponent attacking. And he's earned the mount position here with a long way to go in this 3rd round.
You know, and unfortunately for Che, that you don't really think you're in danger at any one time. You're just kind of like this guy's all over you. He's not really doing any kind of damage until he's in a position to do damage, and then it's over.
Let's see if Pendred can work some of these elbows in. Well, I think the towel came in from Shay Mills' corner, and Mark Goddard then made the decision that Shay Mills was no longer defending himself, and Cathal Pendred, although not a title defense. Oh, well, apparently I'm being told there's a shoulder injury to Shay Mills. But nevertheless, Cathal Pendred victorious here at Cage Warriors 55.
Wow, very dangerous position. Just so one knows at home, when your corner throws in a towel, that doesn't stop the fight. Technically, you can't throw the towel in anymore. But what had happened is that right when Goddard had asked him, you got to get moving, we have to stop this fight. Shay said, look, my shoulder's hurting me, and then his corner threw the towel in. So correctly so, Goddard had to throw the towel out of the ring for safety and then go back and stop the fight. So it was an injury that stopped this fight, at least to my knowledge right now, not the corner throwing the towel in. What a great position. Cathal Pendred did exactly what he was supposed to do. Pushed it, pressed it, made it happen, kept guys down, just gave no position out to Shay to do anything at all. Another deep double. Shay was dipping down for the Kimura and then getting caught, getting taken down again. Got rode. It's the final takedown of the fight. He's in the mountain. This is the final position to stop it. It was amazing. What a great job by the champ tonight. Let's throw it up for the official decision to Joe Martinez.
Ladies and gentlemen, the end comes at 1 minute, 47 seconds, round number 3. Corner stoppage for your winner by TKO victory. He is still crowned as the CWFC welterweight champion of the world, Kong, the Punisher